What is happening, everybody? It is Bobby effing SALASTAR here, obviously from the Nerdic Pro podcast. I'm here in Great Yarmouth, here in Norfolk, ahead of tomorrow's dynamic over-the-top action DOA wrestling Peter Nixon's Beach Ball Mania 7, the show that I will be refereeing on. Yeah, and I'm currently here in a hotel in Great Yarmouth. And yeah, it's a place called the Nelson Hotel. But yeah, anyway, so this is gonna be the start to a little mini vlog series, shall we say. So every show that I work on as a ref, I will be doing these little mini vlogs and what have you. Just to basically bit of bog roll in the toilet. Have I got a flush? It has flushed. Lovely. Takes a while to shut up, but you know. Yeah, so this will be a little mini vlog series that I'll be doing. And like, I found it quite funny the fact that now I've got 3 beds in here, yet there's only the one of me. And literally booked for one person, and I get 3 beds, 3 single beds. It's just, yeah, I'm quite shocked about that. And yeah, you know, but what can you do? So yeah, not gonna lie, the room is alright. You know, on the TV remote there's no back on it, so the batteries are like exposed, if you want to call them that. Like, you know, where you put the batteries like inside of a remote control, and yeah, like the little mini clip thing that you take on and off to, you know, close up the thing where the batteries go. I've not got that on there for whatever reason. You know, nice little fan, which is relatively powerful. You know, it's like a little computerized little thing. And yeah, you've also got a little mini TV here. Got a fairly big desk. There's a chair there to use. There's a few scuff marks on the wall. You know, there's a little crack there in the wardrobe. Yeah, it's a fair old bit of dust on top of the wardrobe. Again, yeah, a bit of wood and a bit of wood on top of the wardrobe. And a couple of bits of wood up here. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's fairly dusty up top here as well, and a couple of screw thing. I know that looks like a thing that comes out of a vape. Yeah, Jesus, yeah. Fairly dusty on top of the wardrobe. Got a couple of extra pillows in there, a few towels, coat hangers. Bit dusty on top of that. Picture painting thing, whatever you want to call it. And then what about the one over here? Yeah, let's have a bit of a look now then, shall we? So again, you know, where the wallpaper's sort of coming apart, yeah, dusty on top of there, really fucking dusty. Yeah, these side panel things are a bit dusty as well, bit of dust coming off of them. Again, yeah, a few stains and what have you. Light works alright though. But yeah, again, like another sort of critic I've got about the place is with the sink, right? I've got no hand wash at all, so I can't wash my hands. That's shampoo for obviously the bath and shower and what have you. So yeah, I don't know what you can see here where the plastering's coming off the thingy. That's all coming off. Over here a fair old bit. Yeah, other than that, you know, it's yeah, a lot of dust coming off the top of this mirror. I'd probably say, you know, like a bit more like attention to the dust and everything. And as well, like there's no loo roll holder either. The bog roll. Yeah, and a bit of dust on that, on here, but not as much everywhere else. I'd probably say, you know, a bit of more attention to the dust and what have you. Sort of try and plaster up that thing round the sink. There's like a little mirror here next to the fan again. Yeah, right on top. Really, yeah, a lot of dust coming off that. However, you get a lot of, you know, teas, you know, PG tips, Nescafe coffee, got a fair old bit of that, fair old bit of sugar, a lot of milk, you know, a couple of cups, couple of mugs and everything. So yeah, then there's like obviously got, you know, a couple of lamps and what have you, and yeah, you know, I would stay here again, but there have been a lot of, you know, really shit reviews of this place. A mate of mine literally was staying here today and tomorrow. He's also working on the show tomorrow, but he's had to go elsewhere because his room was, yeah, a bit of a nightmare. Literally, there's like one of the plugs that was for the TV that was going into the wall. I'd imagine going into the aerial, that was, you know, not in the wall, and it looked like it had been cut and everything. You know, there's no Wi-Fi either, so like they advertise Wi-Fi, but neither of us can actually get onto the Wi-Fi. I personally think for what I've paid for 2 nights, 3 single beds, was £85. I would stay here again, but I think, you know, a bit more attention to detail, shall we say. Does this lamp work? No. No, well, this lamp doesn't even fucking work, so that's... Oh, no, it's a touch one. Never mind. Yeah, I said anything. Yeah, never mind, that does work. Ignore me. Yeah, so, I would stay here again, but, I just think, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, the carpets are alright, you know, but I just think those stains over by the door, the dust and everything can, you know, be touched up a bit. You know, like the ones like above all the pictures, the mirrors. I've not even looked at the TV yet when it comes to dust. I think TV's alright when it comes to dust. You know, it's not a speck of dust on the TV. So, I did have the TV on earlier, watching a bit of Pointless. And yeah, you know, it's working alright, you know, channels are alright, you know, it's all like the basic Freeview channels. Other than that, you know, yeah, not my ideal sort of place, but yeah, I think, you know, you'd sort of get this sort of place like on a budget. You know, like I'm not expecting the Ritz for 85 quid for 2 nights. Do you know what I mean? You know, come in with a mate of mine tonight and then obviously working a show tomorrow. Refereeing on a show tomorrow. And yeah, this middle bed is a bit firm. The other two are alright, you know. Can't really complain about them, but this middle one's a bit firm. Yeah, I think probably touch up a bit of like the wallpaper and what have you. Touch up that plastering around the sink in the bathroom, and then, you know, obviously a bit more dusting, I think would be alright. On top of that, wardrobe's abysmal when it comes to dust. Hang on, let me fucking take you over there and show you. But yeah, that's what your top of the wardrobe looks like. Fair old now. Yeah, if you have a look at that, fair old bit of dust coming off it, you know. Yeah. You know, obviously I'm not going to go on top of the wardrobe, you know, I've got no intention of standing on top of it or whatever. But yeah, the inside, like the shelf's alright, you know, dust-wise, you know, the towels seem alright. Towels are quite soft, you know, and yeah, obviously got a few coat hangers. In this one, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coat hangers. Yeah, you know, so, but yeah, I'd say, even on top of the door is fucking, yeah, on top of the doors on the wardrobe is dusty. I mean, fucking look at that. That should all just go off the top of the doors of the wardrobe, you know. Yeah, yeah, I think just on those smaller surfaces, you know, like the thinner surfaces, so the mirrors, the paintings, the pictures, yeah, just touch up a bit on that, and then, yeah, I think the room would be, you know, half decent, you know, but, yeah, I keep having these fucking little bastard things flying towards me, these pigeons, and they've got fucked off now, but, yeah, keep having them fucking, you know, come up on like the window ledge and everything, and, yeah, hang on, let's see how this is. Yeah, it's a bit of muck on there, but yeah, hey, you know, nothing that, you know, I'm gonna bitch about or whatever, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I have stayed in worse hotels, and what have you, yeah, like there's a few stains on the headboards of the beds. But other than that, you know, can't really. This room, I can't knock it. But, you know, my mate's room, that was just, yeah, fucked. And I have seen other reviews of this hotel through booking.com. There was one review quite recently that said that there was a pigeon that was in here when they got into the room, and there was pigeon, bird shit everywhere. Which I actually found quite funny in all fairness. But yeah, you know, yeah, so this is the SALASTAR's review of the Nelson Hotel in Great Yarmouth here in Norfolk. I'll be getting back to another vlog tomorrow for the show that I'll be refereeing on tomorrow. And yeah, so other than that, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed. And yeah, I shall be seeing you all later. Goodbye.